So Power Rangers came out this week.
Yeah, that happened.
We have opinions.
We have a couple of opinions.
Plenty of opinions. So stick around as we review Saban's Power Rangers film here at NerdMake. Cool. So hi guys, I'm back from I'm back after the Logan movie. TJ here of NerdMake.
And this is Steve.
Yeah, I brought some help.
Yeah, because you've been giving me shit about it a little bit in some of the roundtables.
Yeah, in some of the past roundtables, I really harped on it because I was excited and Steve was skeptical.
I was very skeptical.
So, in other words, the movie came out, I guess.
Yeah.
And in honor of that, Steve went and did a top 10 Super Sentai series as voted by the subreddit.
And a couple of fans that I know, including TJ.
It was the Sentai subreddit, right?
Yeah, the Super Sentai subreddit. Shout out to you guys for helping me get all the data.
Yeah. So link to that video is going to be in the description below. Make sure to check it out. If you did not even know Power Rangers was originally, like, a lot of the suited Ranger scenes were from Super Sentai, go check out that list. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised.
Yeah.
Especially with how different it is. Car magic.
Car magic.
Car magic is a thing.
And car constellations.
Oh god, it's so good. I love it. It's so dumb. So, anyway, back on track.
Yeah.
What we're going to be doing here is a spoiler-free review here. And in the we're going to have another spoiler kind of discussion video, I guess, where we're talking about actual in-depth things about the movie. So that way, if you want to go see it and you want an honest opinion, you can have that. But then if you've already seen it and you want to see what we thought about the good, the bad, and the bullshit, will be over on the other video as well. Link to that will also be in the description below, so make sure to check those out.
So this one we're really going to be trying... We're probably going to be pulling our hair out to not spoil anything for you guys.
Oh yeah, for those of you who watched the Logan review, it was hard enough doing that without spoilers, because that whole movie is basically a spoiler. But Power Rangers is going to be even more tough.
Yeah. Because
there's a lot of fan theories and stuff like that, things that were debunked and things that were confirmed, and we just can't talk about it in this video. So, basically Power Rangers boils down to this. 5 teenagers are called upon and given powers to help destroy a character named Rita Repulsa.
Basic premise, if you've seen the original Mighty Morphin, that's basically kind of that.
Right. Zordon, an old ancient alien character or whatever, floating head type thing. Like, I defy you to tell me what the fuck he is. But
he is the Master Control Program.
He's like that thing from the 9 Inch Nails video for Only.
Oh god.
Like just the face and the wall. So and that's in the trailer. So if you've seen that, you know that they've taken some liberties.
They've taken quite a few liberties
with Zordon's face, at least.
Yeah,
being in the wall. So
instead of him being in just a stationary tube, he's able to move across an entire wall.
Which that is kind of cool, though.
Yeah, that's pretty decent.
At least he can look at you face to face rather than him being like, "Can you walk up? Speak up, youngin'."
Rangers, could you get closer, please?
A little closer. A little close. No, he's just in your face, just like, "What are you doing? Huh? What are you doing?"
I'm Bryan Cranston. The fuck are you doing?
Yeah, the fuck are you doing? Yeah, that's another thing. Bryan Cranston is Zordon. If you didn't think you wanted to spend money, now you know you want to spend money.
Just to see Bryan Cranston
as a head.
Yeah, as a head that's almost hardly, barely... You can barely make out the head, because, it's made out of moving squares.
Yeah, so it's like an Atari.
Yeah.
It's an Atari Zordon head. but
so if you
much
ever
more
wanted
detailed.
to see Atari Bryan Cranston, there you go.
Boom! Brought to you by TJ and Steve. This public service announcement. But so let's go over each of the characters. This is based off the original Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
Yeah.
So we have Trini, Zach, Jason, Kimberly, and Billy.
Yep.
And so we have the original team.
Yep.
Some of them race swapped, which I thought was kind of cool. Zach is no longer a black. Is no longer black. He's Asian, much like Adam in the original series. Billy is no longer the geeky white kid. He's a geeky black kid. Jason is still a jock, but he doesn't have that
football instead of martial arts.
Yes, and he doesn't have that baby face like Austin St. John. Kimberly is... What is her race?
I'm gonna just go ahead and say possibly just Caucasian.
I think
she is white girl.
She might be partly mixed. I'm not sure.
I don't know.
Trini, I know... I almost said it, but Trini is almost...
Don't you
I'm trying not to. But Trini is somewhere in a different racial spectrum too. So it's kind of cool. We have a very diverse team.
Yeah, just like the original team, very diverse. Just some of them are not as
white Wonder Bread as we come to expect.
Yeah.
So I'm cool with it. But I mean, but it wasn't diversity for the sake of diversity, because these guys can act. Holy shit. Didn't. If you set your expectations low, you go in and you're just like, these guys can fucking act.
They did a pretty good job. I will say that. They did good.
For like 19, 20-year-old actors that probably this is like their first feature film, these guys nailed it. So props there. And even in interviews, it's really weird seeing them. They're just going, hey, we know that this is a giant property. We know you guys love it. So we're going to try to do what we can. I'm like, cool. That's good enough for me. That's all I wanted to hear.
Yeah, basically, as long as you tried.
And they did.
They tried. They did not phone it in. They did the best they could with what they had.
Bryan Cranston. No one in this film phoned it in.
Nah.
That I can think of. Elizabeth Banks hammed it up as Rita.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
she
my
had
God.
to make up for, like, the not a lot of screen time she had.
She had to make up for, like, the 4 Hunger Games movies.
Also, she had to make up for most of the time where she spent as, like, a fucking premise for a goddamn scary movie.
That I actually loved.
Like, Jesus Christ, is this supposed to be like an action movie for kids, or is this fucking thriller movie?
Is this the remake of It? Are you the clown?
Could you fucking not? Good God.
Do you have Prince Albert in a can? You do! We both let the poor guy out! Sorry, Tim Curry, that was a horrible impression. I still love you. I hope you still love me. Remember that one night, Tim? Remember it? That one where you said no? Yeah. So, gay jokes aside with me and Tim Curry.
Yeah.
The movie was, like, everyone played their part. Bill Hader was Alpha 5. He did super good. I wasn't annoyed.
No.
At all. There have been reports coming out on Facebook and like a ton of other sites. Like, people are freaking out that one of the characters is gay. If one of the characters is gay, it's the most subtle fucking thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, like, it was hinted, but I don't think it was actually confirmed. Like, it's basically could be, could not be. Take away what you will from it.
Yeah, exactly. So it was subtlety, not like other movies where they just run in and go, hello!
Yeah. Like, and again, with the whole people freaking out over gay characters, like, they freaked out over gay moments in Beauty and the Beast, and people just need to fucking knock it off.
Yeah, seriously, man. Let people be who they're gonna be. I don't care if there's a gay Power Ranger. In fact, I would, if it's not like the, oh yeah, I'm gay, just for the sake of being gay, cool. But considering this was probably one of the more fucking, what's the word for it? Subtle ways that you can go about it. Yeah. So, you got me, because that means that they're actually hinting at it, and there's a deeper story to, like, what that entails. So, cool. Rather than, hello, who wants ice cream and wine? Like, fucking, it's like Patton Oswalt's, like, joke where he played in a movie where he was the gay best friend. Like, that's apparently how that goes when they cast gay characters. But not in Power Rangers, I guess. It's weird. No. So, also people were freaking out because there's an autistic character, and they used the wrong word, I feel.
Yeah.
Asperger's actually feels a lot more in tune.
Yeah, and also I probably wouldn't have even maybe said autistic. I probably would have I honestly just thought he was OCD.
Yeah, that makes more sense, but the fact that he just, there's a line, and we'll get to that in the spoiler thing, but there's a line in the movie where he essentially just says, yeah, I have a problem.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, okay. And that makes sense given the condition. So everyone do some reading. Don't just hear somebody be like, that's fucking dumb. Can actually do some research into what that thing entails, please.
Yeah.
Before you sound like an idiot. So, at least to me, because I don't tolerate you anymore. Not after Batman v Superman. Where pretty much everyone is just like, yeah, it's great, it's such a good movie. No, it's not. Back off.
No.
And by the time we release this, the Justice League trailer will be out. So that means TJ may have to talk about that, because Digi needs someone to talk about it. So,
my God, does Digi need someone to talk to about that? Digi is losing his fucking mind.
Digi's losing his mind, and I'm losing my mind that Digi is such a DC fanboy that that Iron Fist, like, he was rubbing Iron Fist's failure, quote unquote, into people's faces. And I'm just like, so, have you seen Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.? This isn't the first show that's done that, like, terribly for Marvel. Do you want to count on how many fingers and toes that DC has failed with movies? And TV?
Yeah.
Smallville? Not very good. I enjoy it because it's hammy, but...
It occurs to me he's gonna have to listen to us rag on him when he edits this shit.
That is true. So Digi, when you edit this, we love you, but come on, man. Come on. Let's be real here. We all love movies. Let's not rag on each other. You know. So I'm sorry. Digi.
Yeah, we're sorry.
And I know you're probably going to put some subtext over that saying, fuck you too, but it's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine, man. Hearts all around.
The biggest hearts.
The biggest hearts. So, we have that out of the, now that we have that tangent out of the way for DC.
Yeah.
Speaking of superhero movies, Power Rangers was probably one of the better origin stories I've seen done in a long time.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong, with a lot of these, with the adaptations, you're always going to expect a lot of differences, and there were quite a few differences with how you would think they would get to know each other, and how, like, each person is portrayed, but as far as their origins go, and how their backstories go, I think they were pretty good, pretty fleshed out, I think.
Yeah, I mean, for a different backstory, because let's be honest here, the original, like, team didn't really have that much backstory.
Yeah.
Like, just not a whole lot. So the fact that they expanded on that, and, you know, we've seen other people, like, review and say, you know, there's not a whole lot, which, kind of spoiler warning, people have been, kind of screaming about, like, there's not a whole lot of fighting, and there's not a whole lot of Ranger in the film. I'm just like, well, yeah, they're making fleshed out characters.
Yeah.
I want that. I want them to actually grow as characters. That way we care about them being a team.
Yeah. Like, they can't just be like, oh, we have these powers, we should be a team and be friends. No, you got to give them time to actually, get to know one another. You as the audience explore what they're about, and then you can experience the team.
And there was a few scenes where it's like they were doing what kids with this type of power would be doing. And by that, I mean, like, even their personalities weren't letting them get away from it.
Yeah.
Like, one of them would run away, or they would get into an argument and a fight, like a regular batch of people. Yeah. Unlike the original, like, PSAs of episodes that they had. Like, it was just like, no, guys, we can't fight. You're right. Let's go get a donut. Or, let's go get a smoothie at, what's his name?
Ernie's.
Or let's go get a shake at Ernie's. It's like, okay. Like, no, we don't get that.
No. It's like, we got a problem, we're gonna settle it right now.
Yeah, and we also don't get Ernie's.
Yeah, we also don't get Ernie's, which is sad.
It's really sad. Also, no Bulk and Skull. If you're going in there for just Bulk and Skull, don't go. Which I don't know why you would want to go for... Actually, never mind. I know exactly why you would want to go for just Bulk and Skull, but not the point.
Okay, I'm gonna say this. It might be mildly spoilery, but I'm gonna say this. I thought that Bulk and Skull were the two kids at the beginning with Jason.
I thought that too, actually. So, but then they said a name, and I was like, yeah, not either one, so...
Yeah.
But either way, what's your final rating on this, Steve? So we can go to the spoiler section, because that's about all we can really say.
Yeah. Final rating. I'm gonna give this 2 ratings. Is like I said, I have two different ways I view this,
and I'll give it 2 ratings as well.
Yeah. As a movie standalone, if you don't connect it to the franchise, it's just like, sure, Power Rangers, brand new thing, superhero movie. I will give it a 7 out of 10.
That's fair.
Connecting, if you look at it as a Power Rangers movie, trying to connect it to the rest of the franchise, I'd give it maybe a 4 out of 10.
Yeah, that sounds about fair. So I'm actually going to give it 3 ratings, actually, now. So if you were in this just for, like, the Super Sentai, like the actual fighting and action and all, like, you went into this thinking you were going to get a dumb action flick, that's going to rope you like a 5 out of 10. All right.
Yeah.
If you're a mega fan and you already thought the trailers were kind of shitting all over Power Rangers, you're probably going to give this a 2 or a 3. For the guy who set his bar low,
yeah,
as I did, because let's be honest, guys, it's Power Rangers.
And let's also be honest, it's Hollywood trying to basically make their own adaptation instead of taking what they have.
And even though, I mean, Saban was heavily involved in the film. Like, I have to admit that.
Yeah.
But even that being said, like, we have to take into account this is Power Rangers, and it's not the end-all, be-all thing.
Yeah.
Alright, so... I set my expectations pretty low going in because I was like, Hollywood's making a film. I was making a Power Rangers film. I don't know what the hell to take, but I was excited for it because we're finally getting a movie.
Yeah.
But I'm going to have to agree with Steven, and that's 7 out of 10 material. It's very entertaining. Now, there are a few things that hold it back. Some product placement, which we'll get into in the spoilers.
Yeah.
Shit.
Really bad product placement.
Yeah, some of the design wasn't as cool as I thought it would be, and that's not the suits. No one say it's the suits because I think the suits are awesome, but
the suits were pretty decent.
Yeah, like I think they nailed that. But there was the horrible product placement, and there was a few story threads and like kind of just shoved in things and weird cuts that I think hold it back. Now, that is to say there is a mid-credit scene in this movie, so keep your butts in the seats. Because
if you can just guess, you're probably right.
Yeah.
Because you can probably just see it coming a mile away.
Especially if you're a Power Rangers fan. Because after reading, I think they said they had like 4 or 5 other movies planned, like with at least rough sketches of what they want to do. And if this makes enough money to warrant a franchise, I want it. So 7 out of 10 all the way for me, because I want to see the series improve and give us way cooler characters in the future, better fights, because we'll have more time, since we already have the characters now, to flesh out actual team dynamics, fights and all, like within the team, to actually get to that next step, which is more fighting and more giant robot punching.
Yeah.
You know, what most fans are downvoting this movie to hell for. Yeah, that's basically it for this video. In the description below, there should be the spoilers discussion and the top 10 for the Super Sentai series that Steven made. Yep. So make sure to drop us a like, a comment, let us know what you think about the movie below. Hit subscribe, helps the channel a little bit, and we'll see you in the spoilers discussion. All right?
See ya.
See ya.